We're good? Okay. I would like to welcome everyone to the October 13th council meeting of the City of Mayfield Heights. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Balistreo,
Present.
Mr. Mano,
Here.
Mr. Medic,
Here.
Mr. Minor,
Here.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Here.
Mrs. Snyder,
Here.
Ms. Talbin.
Here.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next is the approval of the minutes from our September 25th, 2025 council meeting. I hope everyone's had time to read these minutes over. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Sabetta
Second.
and second by Mr. Balistreo. Are there any changes, amendments, or deletions to those minutes? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? These minutes have been approved. Next, is there any correspondence or announcements from any member of council? Okay. I just have a letter that I would like to read. This evening, we have on a resolution to designate a dedicated day for epilepsy. It says, "Dear fellow council presidents, I wanted to take a moment and personally thank each and every one of you that participated in our SUDEP, SUDEP Awareness Campaign. Brenna was 25 years old and was thriving for her life, and she had epilepsy. Your resolutions and proclamations will absolutely help broaden our awareness efforts, and in the process, you're helping to save lives of those living with epilepsy. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to the 20 community leaders who reached out to me and offered to pass a resolution or issue a proclamation. All the best, Lou Brossard," and he's the president of council from North Olmsted. Okay, we will now move to reports of officers, starting with the mayor.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to remind everyone that leaf collection begins this week. You could see the city website for details. Remember, keeping brush away from leaf piles and avoid piling leaves by the fire hydrants helps. The service department is wrapping up fall tree planting this week, and they're completing trimming trees on Gates Mills Boulevard. I have some CPA news. The CPA annual chili cook-off is being held at our ACC on October 23rd. All the surrounding fire departments will compete for first place for the best chili. Tickets are $45, and you could sign up by calling 216-291-0772. CPA is also hosting lunch and a movie, which is $7 per person on Thursday, October 30th at the Mayfield Village Civic Center. You can get more information and reserve your spot by calling 216-970-0347. And don't forget, CPA offers blood pressure checks and foot clinics throughout the Hillcrest area. And for those appointments, you can call 216-229-0292. And just one more CPA reminder. We partner with Senior Transportation Connection to provide coordinated, efficient, and affordable transportation for our seniors and adults with disabilities within our community. To register, please contact CPA social worker at 440-442-2626, extension 244. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Are there any questions for the mayor? Okay. Director of Law, Mr. Schmidlin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Not much. The Law Department, along with the prosecutor and the Building Department, met and have been in conversations and to see what we can do to be more aggressive with nuisance properties. And we've come up with some good ideas. There are several that are pending in litigation, the details of which I cannot discuss publicly, but suffice it to say the Building Department is doing a very good job. Unfortunately, the wheels of justice turn very slowly, but we're making this a priority for here forward with the few that we got going, and we anticipate there will be more. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Schmidlin? All right. Director of Finance, Mrs. Scully.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have no report this evening.
Thank you. This time, are there any department heads that would like to speak this evening? Mr. Rowan.
I got some things to say, but I don't know if Nick's going to say. If he doesn't, I can.
Good evening. I just wanted to touch on a couple of highlights from the last quarter tonight. We continue to update our business and property management lists and conduct meetings with businesses and real estate professionals and property owners. These meetings are important because they help establish relationships with business representatives, uncover issues, and inform policy that the city can make a difference to make the city a better place for businesses. The lists sound like they might be mundane and kind of boring, but they're an important tool to help communicate things that need to get sent out to the business community and other stakeholders. For example, we just recently sent out a second electronic business newsletter that went to the business community, our real estate partners. That's the second one we've sent this year so far. So the first one we sent on June 26th at the end of the second quarter, and that went out to just under 400 recipients, and it had a 45% open rate, which is pretty good. The second one that just went out October 1st had a 53% open rate, so getting better, which again is good. And then one of the nice features of the last one, I think, was it was a list that's on our website of all of the special events and community sponsorship opportunities that the businesses can get involved with to sponsor community events if they want to get involved in the community. And that really was a direct result of meetings we've had with the business community where they say, what can I do for the city? So this is an opportunity for them to review them, pick what might be a good fit, and participate as they would like. So that was a nice feature. We've used those business lists to communicate things as important as to the corporate park, letting them know about the work on the 271 express lanes and Cedar Road being closed and keep those lines of communication open. Also, even with the 9/11 exhibit that went through town to let them know what was going on and if they wanted to be part of it. So they sound simple, but they're important things to kind of open those lines of communication. And also like to let you know that after the last success of our last community magazine, we have another one scheduled in partnership with Great Lakes Publishing that will go out in May of 2026. So it'll be the same kind of format and editorial piece. So we have that. We'll start that process at the end of this year and continue it and really ramp up at the beginning of next year. Some updates with the gateway and wayfinding signs. We had our bid opening last Wednesday. We had 5 companies submit bids. They range from a low of just under $153,000 to a high of around $300,000. So Guide Studio is reviewing the top 3 to make sure that they're comparable and nothing was missed. They're doing that this week, and then they'll get some feedback to us. And the plan is to have that contract before council at the next meeting to approve.
Great, thank you.
The interchange signs, Guide Studio had been going back and forth with ODOT and decided it made sense just to have an actual face-to-face meeting, and they had that last week. We haven't had a chance to debrief, but it looks like they have some pretty good direction on what's going to be approved. It probably won't be to the scale that we originally wanted, but it will be something that will be allowed. So once we find out about that, we'll make sure that the final design is done. We'll share that with council, and then we'll plan to move forward with that in 2026 as well. So making some good progress there, and that's all I had to report tonight.
Perfect, thank you. Does anyone have any questions? All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Is there anyone else that would like to be heard, directors, this evening? Okay. Oh. Mr. Feeney? He did.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Engineering's been working on Ridgeberry Boulevard resurfacing project. We are gearing to have the design plans completed and ready for bidding in early January 2026. Washington Boulevard is on schedule. We have a scheduled submittal date to the Ohio EPA for the permit to install on October 24th. I'm guessing you wanted me to come up here and announce, maybe not so much about the projects, but the fact that we've had a departure. It was a little bit unexpected. We think, we thought we had another year or two with Joe. For those of you who are not aware, Joe did tender his resignation. It was effective October 3rd. We're going to miss him. We'll still be in touch, obviously. He moved on, and he took a job at the city of Beechwood. He'll be working directly for the city. We wish him well. It's been a long 31 years that I've been working with him, so I'll miss him.
Are there any questions for Mr. Feeney? Mr. Minor?
Can you just provide a quick update on the Marnell project?
Yeah, so the water line installation started last week. They started at the Lander Road intersection, and they're working their way towards Hawthorne. They estimate about another 2 weeks to finish the water line, the main line, and then they'll hook up the house connections. And as soon as the house connections are up, they'll start with the sewer work. The sewer work's going to start at the Longwood intersection and work its way east.
Maybe if we can get that update on our website, that would be helpful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Mayor?
if I could, at the staff meeting we had, Joe was actually there and so was Nick, and actually explained that what's taking so long with the water hookups is those all have to be approved. They have to jump through a lot of hoops to get the connections going. So it takes a while to get the water
Right.
hooked up.
And part of that approval, per the mayor's point, is Cleveland Water's got to pass the bypass. They've got to do the testing and tell them they're okay to start hooking things up. So, yeah.
Okay.
On the sewer side, the precast submittals have been taking an unusually long amount of time. So, in the next 2 weeks or so, once the water line's done, the timing, we're hoping that it lines up, directly when they get their precast structures from MAC. I mean, typically those take a long time. They're taking a little bit longer than usual this year, but they're on schedule to be delivered to the site just in time for the water line to be completed. There's some big manholes we're going to be putting in the ground, so they take a little while to make.
Okay, great, thank you. Did you
one-
have another question?
Well, I
Mr.
did, but
Minor?
Nick, were you-
I was going to say, one of the tennis courts, we are scheduled to have the windscreen finally installed by the end of this week, so that should wrap up the tennis court improvement project.
Perfect, thank you. All right,
All right, so I just had a note. So the kids will play where kids want to play, and just the piles of gravel up the street, they have to be there. We're in construction, but anything we can do around it to just try to motivate the kids to stay off of them, which is hard to do because they walk home.
Yeah,
But-
you're talking about the gravel piles for the backfill for, the
Yeah.
water line material that's in the road. They try to block it off with the equipment. If they put barrels there, they're going to move anyway.
The big equipment probably motivates them more.
Right. Right.
So it was just a note.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
anything further for Mr. Feeney? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll now move to reports of committees, commissions, and boards, beginning with the Building Committee. Mr. Medic.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do not have a report this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Finance and Audit, Mr. Minor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We did not have a meeting, therefore I have no report.
Thank you. Legislative Committee, Mrs. Sabetta.
Thank you, Madam President. No report.
Thank you. Public Works and Service, Mr. Belstrea.
Thank you, Madam Chair. No official report as far as the meeting goes. However, there's two resolutions, 49 and 50, on the agenda tonight regarding our crack sealing program and an application to the sewer district to release $500,000 for the Washington Boulevard Sewer Project. Also, we have one motion to approve to go out for bids for the resurfacing of Catalano Drive. The estimated cost for that project is $150,000, and I'm waiting for a cheer from Mrs. Sabetta. That's her street. And that's my report.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Balistreo? Recreation and Parks Committee, Mr. Mano.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. The Young at Heart murder mystery Rick's Cafe by Floriano Productions is Thursday, October 16th, and has limited seating left. Call for a spot before 4 p.m. tomorrow, October 14th. Our Halloween party is coming up on Friday, October 24th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Aquatic and Community Center. Tickets are on sale now at the ACC or online by calling 440-442-2627. Our next movie is showing on October 21st at 1 p.m. Join us for Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. The event is free, but we request that you register to attend. Popcorn will be provided. That's the report.
Perfect. Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Mano? Okay, Safety and Transportation, Ms. Talbin.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. The committee did not meet, but I do want to highlight two things. The Fire Department Citizens Academy finished last week. It's its second year. So they graduated. I think we have close to about 10 graduates. And we had people from Strongsville and even Willoughby Heights because they don't have one, and that pulled people that far to learn about fire department. And some people were interested in the field too, so that was really nice. And then my understanding is the Police Citizen Academy last day is next week, October 21st. I'm not sure when the graduation is, if it's that night or not, but that's been going on for 20 years? I don't know, long time.
No.
So anybody who, do you know how long? It's a long time.
Has it been about 12?
12?
Weren't you in the first one?
Yeah. I was in the second class,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
so it's 12.
Yeah. So if anybody has not done it, it really is worth your time. You really learn about what it takes and what our police department does, as well as our fire department. So I encourage everybody to consider it for next year. So you apply. The information's always on the website. So.
Thank you. They are both really great programs. All right, we'll move to Board of Zoning, Mrs. Sabetta.
Thank you, Madam President. Due to no applicants, there will not be a meeting this month. Thank you.
Thank you. And then Planning Commission, Mr. Balistreo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Planning Commission did meet on October the 6th. We were given a consultation presentation for townhouse development by the Summers Development Group, which you'll hear tonight. And the Planning Commission did give their input with questions and input for the project. Also, we approved the lot consolidations for Hillcrest Hospital, which is before you tonight as a motion.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Balistreo? All right. Tonight, we have two special presentations for council. First, Mrs. Janet Keeler, if you can come up to the podium. She is from the Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities. Just please state your name and address for the record.
Yes, Janet Keeler, and my address, you said?
Address, yes.
Oh, 14666 Shire Court in Geauga County.
Thank you.
Sure, of course. Good evening, Council President and members. My name is Janet Keeler, and I am the Director of Community Development for the Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and I'm proud to have worked there for over 29 years. Last year, I came to a City Council meeting to reintroduce yourself to Cuyahoga DD and give you an overview of what we do. This year, I'd like to start by recognizing an important milestone for Cuyahoga DD, the 20th anniversary of our last levy. 2/3 of Cuyahoga DD's $150 million budget comes from a $3.9 million continuous levy that has passed last in Cuyahoga by the voters in 2005. So you'll see we are good stewards of county dollars working from a levy that was 20 years ago. Our mission is to support and empower people with developmental disabilities to live, learn, work, and play in their community. Last year, we served over 200 people with developmental disabilities in Mayfield Heights and approximately 15,000 people across the county. This is a 20% increase in people served compared to 2005. From birth through adulthood, we support people with developmental disabilities to live their best lives. Two people here in Mayfield Heights who are living their best lives are Darren and Michael. They are brothers and enjoy being active in the Mayfield community. Darren has been employed at Planet Fitness in Willowick for 8 years. He takes pride in his work and enjoys building connections with both his coworkers and customers. Michael has been working at Yours Truly for the past 2 years. He enjoys riding his electric bike to work on nice days and stays active by going to the gym in his community. Recent graduates of Mayfield and the CVAC program, Michaela and David are both enrolled at LifeWorks through Cuyahoga DD funding, continuing to work on their independent and employment skills with the hope of securing competitive employment. Over the last 20 years, this levy, approved by Cuyahoga County voters, has supported people with developmental disabilities through early intervention, physical, occupational, and speech and language pathology, transition services for young adults, housing and employment supports, and resources to help your community's businesses maximize accessibility and inclusion in their physical spaces, in their services, and in their hiring. Levy funding also allows Cuyahoga DD to make strategic investments in the community. Since 2021, we have granted nearly $1 million to support over 50 community libraries, arts and culture programs, and recreation and leisure organizations in making their programs and physical spaces accessible to all people of all abilities. We awarded $180,000 in community grants just in 2025. While Mayfield Heights has not applied for these grants in the past, we look forward to your application come January when we release a new round of money. In addition to our work supporting people with disabilities in Cuyahoga County, we strive to be a resource for communities. We would welcome the opportunity to talk more about how we can best support Mayfield Heights residents and the businesses and organizations in your community to be more inclusive and accessible. Thank you.
Thank you. Does any member of council have any questions or comments for Ms. Keeler? All right, thank you for coming
Thank you so
this
much.
evening.
I have some
You're welcome.
information I'll leave right here for you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we will have Mr. Greg Summers from Summers Development Group to discuss a proposed new community. Mr. Summers. Please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Greg Summers, Summers Development Group, 10585 Somerset Drive, Charleston, Ohio, 44024.
Turn that on.
Turn-
Light.
Oh, it's not on.
Green, is it green?
There you go.
There you go. Thank you.
Better? Okay.
Perfect.
Rico, you want to do this? Good evening. Rico Petro, address 6100 Rockside Woods Boulevard, Independence. Appreciate the opportunity to continue to discuss this with Planning Commission and Council. We are here tonight to discuss the 7.7 acre site that is adjoining to the Rockwell headquarters. It's a unique site in that the climate for office, ground up office, has changed drastically. It's essentially just not viable, and Rico's going to get into detail about that because he's an expert in commercial real estate. So we identified the site and we started having some conversations with the mayor, Jeremy, about potential highest and best use for the site. And there's a significant demand for low maintenance, high end for sale housing, and there's a significant shortage for it. So we started to develop some conceptual plans and continue those discussions. And we identified that it could be a potentially viable use for the site, and there's some other reasons why we think that it could work well. A big priority that the mayor had brought up to us is that the business owners and leaders of that business park over there have always wanted to see walkability and pedestrian connectivity. So another element that we could utilize if we could make the project work would be RID TIF to redirect the incremental increase in tax revenue to create a towpath system and walking trails all throughout the business park in that part of the city. So that's another potential upside that we can explore that would be a benefit of the community. So again, we recognize that it is in the business park, but it's also bordered on two sides. It's all residential to the, would be the east and the north by Woodhawk Drive. And we would propose
luxury upscale townhomes, no maintenance living, significant green space. Approximately $500,000 to $700,000 price range is what we'd envision based upon what the demand in the market would be and the type of units and the quality units that we'd like to propose. So with that, I'd like Rico to say a few words about just the climate of office space. And go ahead, Rico.
Good evening, everyone. Just by way of background, I'm one of the owners of Cresco Real Estate. We market around 10 buildings in Mayfield Heights, around 700,000 square feet, near just a bit over $100 million in payroll in those properties. We've had obviously a reduction in the demand for office space, but really I think when I worked in partnership with the Summers family on this development, the idea was you have a piece of land that's awkward in shape, contiguous to a residential community, and what does its future hold? Just because of the way the site is long and narrow, it really is not conducive for a first-class office. What it would do, if developed, if there was demand for office, would be to create almost an office property did not match the rest of the corporate business park. So just by way of its size, the lot, and frankly where demand is, you would have an inferior product to some of these trophy-style properties that are in your community that employ so many people. So when we heard that Rockwell, who is the owner of the property, had some additional land, we really surveyed our brain trust within the community on the corporate ownership side and said, what could this be? And whether it's the empty nesters or there isn't a forever job anymore, but the leadership that come to these companies looking for low maintenance home ownership that is in close proximity to where they work. We thought fundamentally it was a great fit to complement the office population that you have in your community. And working through that process with, I would say, tepid interest of this kind of goal to bring this type of product to the market, it was mentioned that the business community would look for more walkability as people return to the office post-COVID, and how could we complement some of the infrastructure that's been built by Parker Hannifin at their campus. And when we looked at kind of the way the buildings lay and how you could kind of weave along Parkland Boulevard and work your way all the way up to Lander Haven Drive, I kind of noticed that many of these properties, nearly 2/3 of the properties, was groups that I've either brought to the city or I have an ongoing relationship. So we have not publicly reached out to anybody besides 2 of the properties who I'm personal friends beyond a business relationship with. And we are certain that adding some walkability adds to the quality life of the business community. It complements what Parker Hannifin has there. And frankly, if you have some tasteful connections to Woodhawk, it can also offer access to a towpath trail for your residents as well, in an area that has an incredible setting with tree-lined properties and could really be I think a differentiator from what I would call the concrete jungle that you find on a Chagrin Boulevard or things like that. It really kind of adds that dynamic of, on a day like today, that if you're in the office for 8 to 10 hours, that you can spend 45 minutes, take a conference call on a towpath, and really add some other reason to come into the office as we as an industry continue to recruit office dwellers to come back into the office to act as mentors for the younger generation that are going into the workforce. So we're excited about it. We think it's a great complement to your business park, to your corporate anchors in the community. It obviously needs to be tastefully done, but I think the nuance of using this as a catalyst to have destination place to walk off of the towpath and to give back to those office occupiers that are really kind of the engine for your general fund through income taxes could be special.
Thank you. Does any member of council have any questions? Mr. Minor? Mr. Minor?
When you guys enter into these types of projects with the city or a neighborhood, what type of economic impact studies do you all provide to the cities to evaluate?
No, go ahead on that, and I'll talk about it.
So we typically engage a finance firm. One of the firms we use is Project Management Consultants, and they'll do a thorough analysis and submit a package based upon, the incremental increase in tax revenue, and then we submit that to the city. And depending on, and I want to clarify too, a RID TIF is no benefit to the developer whatsoever. There's circumstances where a developer will need to subsidize their improvement costs to make a project viable and request a TIF through a city for the benefit of the developer. I just want to clarify, the RID TIF is not that whatsoever. It would be to redirect those funds for public improvements. So there'd be no upside to developer, but and what I submitted was a very high level, just Excel sheet showing you some estimated numbers in long-term tax revenue that the RID could generate. But if it was a part of this project, we would submit a thorough analysis with a lot more data points than what you see there. And I also want to add, even with the plan that you guys see in the package, I mean, that's very high level, very conceptual. We even got useful comments from planning just in an informal discussion format like this. So we would want to work with council, work with the city to develop the plan and provide all that data that we would need so everybody could get a clear picture on, what the project could bring.
I think in addition to that, Councilman Meyer, part of what we ask our consultants to do is not only provide you the direct economic impact that is your deliberate numbers, what's the increase in revenue, but we also have those intangible features. We call it the indirect. Those are people that start a business and work from home and claim their address as their place of work, and what that could potentially mean. What's it mean to your hospitality stock in the area if you have a certain ratio of residents and creation that leads to more people staying in hotels? What does it mean to offer assistance to the office dweller to have housing stock that complements their leadership? We last year worked with Currents, moving them from Beechwood to Mayfield Heights as part of our application to recruit that company to the market. They wanted us to inventory all the for sale and for lease stock that could be available to their employees, and that's just moving 5 miles. Most of that was tiered toward their growth aspirations for executives, and they wanted to have a booklet of what the community has to offer, and obviously it worked well since they elected to move. But I think these type of things are those ancillary benefits that make myself as a marketing arm for the city's business park more competitive.
Any other, Mrs. Sabetta?
I'm reading the minutes here, and it says it's going to be owner-occupied and professionally managed by homeowners association. Would this require that the homeowner would be allowed to lease the property?
So when we work with our legal team to put together an HOA documents and legal documents, we typically have very stringent language in all of our HOA docs, which we realize would be reviewed by the law department. But that's been a hot topic, and it's typically very restrictive. If it is a lease situation, if you had to suddenly move for work, so I would say, to answer your question, very limited. These are owner occupied, and I'd be glad to submit a draft of some of the HOA docs we've used before, but I would say it's extremely limited circumstances if somebody could lease the unit.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And how many units were you looking to put over there?
The preliminary and concept plan that's in front of council tonight shows, I believe, 54 or 57, but I mean, we have a lot of refinement that we need to do to the plan. Guest parking, open space, pedestrian walkways, stormwater. I mean, that could vary greatly. I mean, I would say anywhere from that number to low 50s, 57, but not higher than that. We want to do larger units with first floor masters and probably implement some ranch plans because they're highly in demand for people that want to stay in the city but not be in a bigger house with a bunch of maintenance. So these will be larger footprint townhomes, not small, dense. So that's a high level number at the 57 approximate, but typically we don't always land there once you get all the engineering done and stormwater grading. There's just so much more that has to go into it, but approximately in the 50s are what we are planning based upon just this fitment of units that we think would be successful.
Okay. Are there any other questions?
I do.
Ms. Talbot?
Sorry, I didn't have a chance to look at the details, but what I'm curious about right now, Woodhawk's dead ends, and there is a fence. And so is this going to open up so that there's more pass-through from Woodhawk through the business park?
So our initial discussions, I'd say no, because my experience in doing this for 24 years is you don't ever want to go and take a dead-end street and say your street's going to be a through street now. So we would think the primary access would be off Parkland and not through Woodhawk, but would like to discuss with the community about pedestrian connectivity through the new towpath system, is what we had, our early discussions were based on. It just, Woodhawk has been there for a long time, and I wouldn't ever even want to have that discussion because, again, it's never been a through street, and I think it would just be an easier option to access the community through Parkland.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything further? Mr. Minor?
Do you all have any developments that are in the Cleveland area already that you might be able to provide some information to us around?
Absolutely. I'll make sure it's forwarded to you.
Okay.
We've been in business for over 40 years. We're a family-owned Cleveland-based company, and we're highly diversified. I mean, we do multifamily, high-end, single-family subdivisions. We also rep Aldi, Starbucks. We work with Rico and his team, so we're diversified and have a lot of community examples that I could share with you. I'd be glad to do that. I'll make sure the information gets to you.
If you could send it to all members of council, that would be great.
Yep.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Anything further from council? All right, thank you both.
Thank you very much.
for
Have a
coming
great
this
evening.
We will now proceed to the public portion of the meeting. Pursuant to city code, each person will be allotted 5 minutes to speak with a maximum of 30 minutes allotted for the entire public portion. If you are here in connection with an agenda item, this is your opportunity to address council. However, please note that this is not opportunity for debate or slighted comments. And if you would like to be heard this evening, please fill out a form located at the public entrance. During the public portion, I will call each person wishing to speak to the podium. Please state your name and address for the record and speak clearly into the microphone. It is now 7:40, almost 42. I will open up the public portion. Mr. Hoffman? We'll turn the microphone on to green. There.
There we go.
Thank you.
I'm Andrew Hoffman. My address is 30201 Aurora Road, Solon, Ohio. I'm here on behalf of the owners of Eastgate Shopping Center, and I wanted to give an update about what's been happening. It's been too long since I've given an update. As you know, we've had a couple of big vacancies that have been there for a while now. The one that is most obvious to everyone is the Bed Bath & Beyond vacancy. The reason why it's taken so long is I spent the first 2 years negotiating with Amazon Fresh, that at the time was trying to develop a number of full-service grocery stores in Northeast Ohio. 2 years of negotiating with 3 stops and starts, and ultimately it's the best deal we never made because they ended up not opening any of their stores in Northeast Ohio, including some that had been where the construction was completely finished. I then spent almost a year negotiating with Dick's, which at that time was going to relocate from Legacy. They then changed their minds and stayed there. I spent some time talking to a different sporting goods company that decided not to expand into Northeast Ohio. But I am now very close, after a year and a half, to welcome a retailer, a national retailer that has a very good reputation and brand. I can't say the name yet because I have a non-disclosure agreement, but I think everybody will be very happy with their arrival. They won't take all of the 32,000 square feet that Bed Bath had occupied, but it will leave a couple of other vacancies smaller vacancies that should allow us to lease them a little more easily. The shopping center business is very different than it used to be. As I've told you about the length of time it takes to start with get to a letter of intent and then negotiate a lease just takes at least a year. The coming tenant for the former Atlas Cinema, and we do have a signed lease, they will be making a major announcement. They are hard at work developing their plans to submit to the city, and that's going to be an exciting addition for all of Mayfield Heights and the community. It will draw from a pretty large area. That deal took 2 years. A year negotiating the lease, and the second year getting waivers from all of the other tenants that had clauses in their leases that required this kind of use required us to get a waiver from them. And so everything takes longer, but everything seems to be coming together this year, and both of these new tenants expect to open by mid-year next year. So it's pretty aggressive, the timing is. And so I'm finally, feeling optimistic that things will happen to keep Eastgate as we've always tried to keep it as something that the city is proud of, that has a good curb appeal, as we say. We are thankful to have an excellent facility manager, Bill Hatch, who treats the property like it's his own house, and I think it shows. And I also want to express my appreciation again to the city, starting with the police and fire departments that are always ready and available and take care of Eastgate as more than anyone could reasonably hope emergency responders to do. And it has a lot to do with the fact that Eastgate has done well. And the entire city and all of the departments. I mean, I've been doing this since 1995, and we've had battles with the city, and they've rapped our knuckles when we deserved it, but they've also understood what businesses need to succeed, and they've been appreciative of that, and I'm very thankful again. And so that's what I have to say tonight.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the update. It's exciting for you and for our city, too.
Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, would anybody else like to be heard? I'll just let you go over to the podium. Thank you. Yes, sure. Mr. Andrew Pato? Just state your name and address for the record.
My name is Andrew Pato, and my address is 6589 Kingswood Drive, Mayfield Heights, Ohio.
Thank you. Thank you.
In the September 8th council meeting, my next door neighbor, Robert Steidahar, spoke, and I would like to set the record straight concerning his comments. On February 19th of this year, Mr. Steidahar took possession of the house next door to me, and I tried to make a friend with him being as a neighbor. There was 2 inches of ice on the ground. I took in his trash cans to a safe place on the side of his house, and I introduced myself. It turned out we were both graduates of Case Institute of Technology, different years. okay? And it seemed like things were going well as far as a friendship. Robert had a tractor that he had some problems with, and when the weather got warmer, he was using a blowtorch near the gas tank to try to get a nut off. And I went over there and I said, well, what are you trying to do? And he says, well, I'm trying to take a blade off. I says, well, I've worked on these tractors before, and that's not how you do it. So I offered to help him. He accepted my help. He was using the wrong size sockets. I loaned him my tools, and over the next couple of weeks, I helped him with his tractor. But Mr. Steidehar did not accept my advice on the tractor, and so he didn't accept what I was telling him. He put a throttle cable in that was too short, and he never got the tractor to work. So about 2 days after I last helped him on the tractor, the building department shows up, and they said, your next door neighbor is complaining about things in front of your yard, or in front of my garage, okay? And I did have some stuff in front of the garage, okay? And I said, well, this is kind of strange because I just helped this man with his tractor. I'm flabbergasted that he would do this behind my back. But, so I met the building department's requirements, okay? But things became more tense as time went along. He began to destroy the hedge, the privacy hedge that we had between our properties, and several of the neighbors went over there to try to reason with him, and they couldn't, all right? And they knew that the stress of having the hedge destroyed was bothering me. They tried to reason with him, and he says, I don't care how much stress I put on Mr. Pato. He says, I hope he dies of a heart attack, all right? So, but let me address his comments here.
Please. It's his time to talk. Thank you.
Mr. Steidehar accused me of running a junkyard, okay? I don't run a junkyard. There was some contractors down the street who were working, and they had a problem with their van. And over Memorial Day weekend, they had no taillights on that van. And they asked me to fix it for them, okay? The vehicle had valid plates on it, and I got the taillight working for them, and the next Tuesday after Memorial Day, the building department comes out saying that they asked me, you know, is there valid plates? I said, yeah, you could see them right on the back. They took a picture, okay? Again, false accusation, okay? On Memorial Day, Mr. Steidehar had so much time on his hands that he did this chalk art, okay? And you can see it's his driveway, it's pointing to my driveway, and it says Kingswood Junkyard. It was there for several days. He has said that...
Mr. Pato?
Yes.
We're coming up on 5 minutes. Would you like to just hurry up, talk a little bit, like wrap it up for us?
Speed it up?
Yes.
Okay. I had a dumpster.
I'm going to ask for a motion to approve from extra time. Moved by Ms. Talbin.
Second.
Second by Ms. Cepeda. Roll call. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 He talked about a dumpster being on my property, okay? He said it was brought on the site in January. He didn't even own the house in January. And he said it sat there for 3 months. It didn't sit there for 3 months. It sat there for maybe 6 weeks. He said he complained to the dumpster company, and the company that owned it came and took it away. But what he didn't tell you is that he called the dumpster company and threatened to include them in a lawsuit as part of a lawsuit he was initiating against me, which he has already initiated, okay? So the dumpster company was reasonable. He claims I didn't put one single thing into it. He couldn't have known that unless he trespassed on my property. There's no way he could have known what I put in it. And the truth is, I did have things in there. So that statement is a lie. He's accused me of mental illness. So going down here, he said he doesn't cut his lawn. He doesn't trim his bushes. He'll trim other people's bushes. He'll cut other people's lawn, but not his own. Folks, I have a 103-year-old neighbor. She lives on the cul-de-sac. She called me up one day in the spring. The neighbor who was supposed to cut her grass decided not to. Her grass was near the 7-inch limit or over it. She said, "Mr. Pato, can you please cut my grass?" I did. Robert Steidehar resented that. He also resented me cutting the grass of a Chinese neighbor whose tractor broke down. I cut her grass. These were widows that needed my help. There was another widow that I helped who has a rental property, and she asked me to trim her bushes. Mr. Steidehar resented that. I didn't have any hedge to trim because he destroyed it, just about. He also said that I haven't paid my property taxes. That is absolutely false. You can look on the records for my address, and my property taxes are paid.
Mr. Pato?
Yes.
You have 2 minutes, please. If you can speak within 2 minutes, you'll need to be done then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Again, 2 neighbors had tried to reason with him, and he told these 2 neighbors in this conversation that he was going to donate $10,000 to the 2 mayoral candidates to get this, as he called me, a bum out of here. And he also said that these people, referring to me, degrade our neighborhoods, and they don't deserve the protection of the community. I am just incensed at what I have had to deal with. So, as I said, he's initiated a lawsuit against me, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pato. Is there anyone else that would like to be heard this evening? It is 7:55, and I will close the public portion. We'll move to resolution number 2025-49. Mr. Schmidlin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. 2025-49, a resolution awarding a contract to Protect-A-Coat, Inc. for the 2025 asphalt patching and crack sealing program in accordance with the bid specifications and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Move.
Moved by Mr. Balestrea and second by Mr. Medic. Roll call on the motion to suspend.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes.
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mr. Balestrea,
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder.
Yes. Is there a motion to approve? Moved by Mr. Bano
Second.
and second by Mrs. Sabetta. This resolution authorizes the mayor and the city to accept Protect-A-Coat Inc.'s bid in a total amount of $176,870, I'm sorry, I had the number written here wrong, 100, let me make sure the number's right here. Yeah, okay, that's what I have. And the city determines that this is necessary for the maintenance and operations of the infrastructure of the city. Mr. Feeney or Mr. Brunella, is there anything you would like to add to this? Or any questions from council at all? I don't think I have that number written down.
If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. I would just add that one of the items in the bid documents involved patching on Cedar Road. A portion of that money will be reimbursed back to the city through the county, and that's based on how the bids come in. They only pay you for the price of the material, and per Protect-A-Coat's quote, that dollar amount's anticipated to be in the ballpark of $37,400.
Okay. Are there any questions for Mr. Feeney? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Roll call on the motion to approve.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes.
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mr. Balestria,
Yes.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder.
Yes, this resolution has been approved. Resolution number 2025-50, Mr. Schmidlin.
2025-50, a resolution authorizing GPD Group to apply Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District to utilize $500,000 of the community cost shared funds towards the Washington Boulevard Improvement Project and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Moved.
Moved by Mrs. Sabetta.
Second.
And second by Mr. Belstrea. Roll call on the motion to suspend.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes.
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mr. Balestria,
Yes.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder.
Yes. Is there a motion to approve?
Move.
Moved by Mr. Belstrea and second by Mr. Mano. This resolution authorizes GPD Group to apply to the NEORSD to utilize the $500,000 of the community cost share funds. Any questions from council? Okay, roll call on the motion to approve.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes.
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mr. Balestria,
Yes.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
and Mrs. Snyder.
Yes. And this resolution has now been adopted. Moving to resolution number 2025-51, Mr. Schmidlin.
2025-51, a resolution authorizing the mayor to designate every October 26 as Sudden Unexpected Death and Epilepsy Awareness Day and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Sabetta
Second.
and second by Mr. Medic. Roll call on the motion to suspend.
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mr. Balestria,
Yes.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder.
Yes, is the motion to approve? Moved by Mr. Mano
Second.
and second by Mr. Minor. This resolution authorizes the mayor to designate every October 26th as Sudden Unexpected Death and Epilepsy Awareness Day. This bill is also known as Brenna Law. Are there any questions from council? Okay, roll call on the motion to approve.
Mr. Balestria,
Yes.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes.
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder.
Yes, and this resolution has been approved. We will now move to resolution number 2025-52. Mr. Schmidlin.
2025-52, a resolution authorizing payment of the ODOT balance due for project PID 114794 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
So
Moved.
moved.
Moved by Mrs. Sabetta and second by Mr. Balestrea. Roll call on the motion to suspend.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes.
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mr. Balistrea,
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder,
Yes. Is there a motion to approve?
Moved.
Moved by Mr. Mano
Second.
and second by Mr. Minor. This resolution authorizes the payment of the aforesaid ODOT invoice in the amount of $68,986.08. The project is associated with the multiple pedestrian crossings throughout the city. Are there any questions from council? Roll call on the motion to approve.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes?
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mr. Balistrea,
Yes.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder,
Yes. Resolution 2025-52 has been approved. This evening, we do not have any ordinances, but we will move to motions, beginning with motion A. Mr. Schmidlin.
Motion A, a motion to authorize soliciting bids for Catalano Drive resurfacing.
Is there a motion to approve?
Move.
Moved by Mr. Balistrea and second by Mr. Minor.
We're in sync.
Are there any questions with this motion? Roll call on the motion to approve.
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mr. Balistrea,
Yes.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes?
Mrs. Snyder,
Yes. Motion A has been approved. Motion B, Mr. Schmidlin.
Motion B, a motion to approve the lot consolidation for multiple parcels at 6780 Mayfield Road.
Is there a motion to approve?
Moved.
Moved by Mr. Mano and second by Mrs. Sabetta. Are there any questions with this lot consolidation?
I do.
Ms. Talbin?
Could you provide the rationale, just so I understand why they wanted to do this and what the impact is, if any?
Mr. Balistrea?
If you look at the memorandum, there's a lot of different plats that were associated with it, because I wasn't even aware that there was that many different plats. You know, from, you know, the hospital proper to parking lots to the parking garages. So they just came in and wanted to consolidate everything into one plat that they own. It's just like a housekeeping thing for them, I think.
Okay. Anything further? Mrs. Sabetta?
Okay, so I'm reading the notes, and it's stating right here that the parcels listed above may not appear on the Cuyahoga County GIS site. They have been consolidated by the Auditor's Department for tax purposes only. That's what I read. It's just a tax. Easier for taxes.
So you're saying the consolidation is easier for their tax
That's
purpose?
what it says here. It's been, that the auditor has posted it.
For tax purposes, but not official.
They would have to request it.
Yeah. Just makes it official.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's still all separate
Calvin?
parcels. It's still all separate parcels.
Not
It
after
doesn't
today.
consolidate with into one parcel,
They want to lot consolidate into one parcel.
into one parcel.
One big parcel, yes.
Yes. Anything further? Okay. Roll call on the motion to approve.
Mr. Balistrea,
Yes.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes.
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder,
Yes. Motion B has now been approved. Is there any new business from council this evening? Okay. I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved by
So moved.
Mrs. Savetta,
Second.
second by Mr. Minor. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, everyone. We are now adjourned.
Okay.
Okay.